What is up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding, and today will be an all classic workout for the chest and the triceps. This is the first true rebound workout after my contest this past Sunday. The video is online, by the way. I uploaded it very recently, so if you want to check it out and how I did during that contest, how I represented classic bodybuilding to the very best of my ability, make sure to check it out. And actually the very first workout that I did right after the competition was, of course, legs, because I wasn't allowed, well, I was allowed, but it would be advised to not train legs about 1.5 to 2 weeks before the competition to get as much detail in the legs as possible. But I'll make a separate video about the reasoning of that, talking about the training before the contest. But anyway, we are doing the bench press right now, and since I have been starting my lean bulk right away, first of course using the rebound to gain some quality muscle mass, some quality strength gains. From then I will detoxify just a little bit, keeping as much mass as possible. I do want to stay pretty lean throughout though, and then gain quality mass over a longer period of time while remaining lean. So that'll be an awesome lean bulk for sure. But we're doing the bench press right here, and I'm focusing on strength and volume at the same time. So the reps are 10 reps, and I will go as heavy as I can every single time on the bench press from now on. This is the best classic movement for the chest if you do it right. Slow movement, full range of motion and tension on the chest. Don't let it bounce off of your chest, and don't lock out all the way. Make sure the tension stays on those chest muscles. And I'm very happy that I'm still able to do 140 kilos for 10 reps. I actually did 150 kilos for 10 reps as well, which is what I want my minimum weight to be that I do 10 reps with. And that will be my minimum so that I can always ensure that my strength stays intact no matter what I do. And I actually haven't done this exercise in quite a while, the incline bench press. The reasoning behind that is because this is an injury sensitive exercise if you do it too heavy, if you don't do it right. And I've been getting a little nagging pain in my right shoulder, and it is gone now, but I just did it at risk reviving it pre-contest by doing this exercise too often. So I didn't do it for a few weeks, perhaps a little more over a month, but now that I'm back in the game of the lean bulk process, I will be doing it with full pleasure and the right classic way. So dropping the bar right under the chin towards the upper chest, stretching out those chest fibers, and trust me, if you do it this way, you will notice the difference.
Let's die. Let's kill the muscle and resurrect it again.
Indeed, building muscle in the gym is not about actually building it right there, but it's about destroying the muscle and then building it back up with proper nutrition. So I will be doing a video on my rebound goals and plans in terms of nutrition.
Just a rebounds in full effect. Let's gain some quality muscle.
So yeah, as I said, the video will be coming very soon about my rebound plans, because last year I also did a rebound and I actually gained 7 kilograms. Of course, there was some fat in there along with those kilograms, but also some quality muscle and a lot of strength. So, and I still looked good, I still looked lean. So if you're able to do that after a contest or a very long cut, that would definitely be beneficial for you to start out your lean bulk with. So after doing the regular bench press, the incline bench press, we are doing the decline bench press for the lower chest. But I always mention the upper chest, the lower chest, and on other muscle groups as well. But in all reality, bodybuilding is about hitting different angles of the muscle. So don't think black and white, because when you do the incline bench press, you hit the entire chest. When you do this decline bench press, you hit the entire chest. It's just a different angle that puts more emphasis on a certain part of a muscle. But that same muscle, the entire chest, will still be working. Every single muscle fiber will still be firing when I'm doing this exercise. But because the angle is different, some muscle fibers are under more stress than others. And in this case, it will be the muscle fibers on the lower end of the chest. And when you make sure that you fire up all those muscle fibers on every single angle of the chest, you will cause the most possible growth. And I've really been getting fond of this exercise, the bodyweight dips. I honestly used to do the machine dips a lot more because I was able to get a better contraction that way. But this exercise is a league of its own, because it's simply a different exercise. They are both called dips, but the feeling in the muscle is so different. They both have their benefits, but this one is a true classic, and bodyweight exercises, whenever you can do them, make sure to do them. However, this is a shoulder sensitive exercise, so you can get injuries if you don't do this right. So what I like to do is I like to stop at about 90 degrees with my arms, as you can see right here in a second, as I'm doing these weighted bodyweight dips. I'm only adding 15 kilograms, don't want to go too heavy, and of course I'm readjusting this right here to make sure it's all symmetrical, because one little mistake could mess you up, and we don't want to risk anything, now do we? But now look at my arms. They only go down about 90 degrees. This is to put most tension on the chest, because if you look at the shoulders, as I'm going down, the front delts are moving a lot, and you want to shift that tension only towards the chest. So if you go too low, there will simply be too much strain on the front delts and too much risk of injuring them. So that's not what you want to do. You want to feel those chest muscles. And the most important part about doing these chest dips, these bodyweight dips, is to feel the stretch. You cannot really focus on the contraction that much, so do go up as high as you can, causing the muscle to contract on its own as much as possible. But even using mind-muscle connection, it is very difficult to actually contract the chest at the very top. So really focus on the stretch on this one and use a full range of motion, at least as much as you can. And right here I'm doing a nice drop set, because at the end you can still do quite a lot of weight using a belt, but there's still a lot of reps left in the tank, which I'm showing you right now. All of these reps that you're seeing right now, I was still able to do after that supposedly last set. So always remember, there might be more left in the tank than you think.
Boom.
Hitting fast.
And now to finish the chest workout, at least the portion of the workout that involves the chest, we are doing some Pec Deck Flyes. These are amazing flies because they have a back support, and that means that you can only focus on the chest and nothing else. No need to balance your body, only focus on the stretch and the contraction. As you can see, the stretch is very far, but the contraction is there as well. That is the difference with a regular dumbbell fly. Because a dumbbell fly, you will actually have to force yourself with a mind-muscle connection to contract those chesticles, those pectoral muscles. But here, there is no way not to contract those pectoral muscles, because in order to get the weight all the way, in order to get the arms all the way forward, you actually got to contract the chest. And if you go all the way back and all the way forward, you increase the time and attention, and you increase the range of motion, causing more muscle growth. So this is a great way to do these flies for sure. And then we move on to the triceps, an exercise that I haven't done quite a lot, I haven't shown quite a lot on the channel. But in terms of triceps, since my lean bulk is finally beginning, I can focus, and I will focus on different ways on targeting my triceps. So one way is to do one exercise pretty heavily with low to moderate reps, and this is still pretty high, about 10 reps. I was actually supposed to do 8 reps, but it was too easy with this weight, so next time I will stick around 8 reps. But what I wanted to say is I will do a heavy compound movement for the triceps. So this is a compound, also using the chest, but mostly the triceps, because I'm holding the bar at shoulder width, shifting the focus to the triceps. So first we're doing a heavy exercise, really putting some load and pressure on those triceps. Of course, always starting with a warm-up. And then we're going to do an exercise with a lot higher reps, which will shock the muscle. I've always trained around the 8 to 12 rep range, always trained heavy. However, the long head of my triceps is still a weak point. I have increased it, I have improved it quite a lot over the years, over the last few months, but it can still be improved quite a lot. For example, just imagine doing a front double biceps, and the biceps are great, but the sweep of the triceps going down is moderate. It also needs to be great to accommodate that bicep peak that we're going for with classic bodybuilding. So right here, I'm doing some Skullcrushers, a special way. You can see it right here. The bar goes down to my hairline, and then I'm pushing it not only up, but also backwards, keeping the tension on the triceps the entire time. But the major difference when comparing this version to the other versions I used to do is the rep range. I minimally, how do you say that? At least do 20 reps with the triceps, feeling them burn. Because usually I do around 10 reps, maybe 12 reps, and then I simply never feel the burn. I of course feel my triceps tiring out, but I don't feel the lactic acid buildup. And remember, a lactic acid buildup inside of your muscles will trigger the release of growth factor hormones. And on top of that, studies have shown that reps until 30, sets until 30 reps cause hypertrophy. And for everybody it is different, but what I'm trying to say here is when you have a weak muscle group trying to change up the rep scheme entirely, when low reps don't seem to work, you can go with high reps. This increases the volume, this increases the time and attention, and it also will do something with progressive overload as you're using different weights under a different circumstance, which some of those muscle fibers are not used to. And this will be a special finisher. So what I'm also changing this lean bulk is decrease the volume for smaller muscle groups when I'm training, for example, the chest as I'm doing today. I don't want to do 3 separate exercises for the triceps and doing them 3 to 4 sets, because that's too much volume, takes up too much time. So what I'm doing from now on, and this is the same with back and biceps, is that I'm first doing the chest or back workout, and then when I'm working either the triceps or the biceps, I do 2 full exercises, but the last exercise will be a mega drop set of at least 3 to 4 dropping sets. So it's basically an exercise condensed into one giant set without stopping. The time and attention will increase this way, and it'll just give you a very different sensation in those muscles, causing the pump when you leave the gym to be incredible. So the moment you have your post-workout nutrition, your post-workout shake or carbs, it'll be immediately shuttled into that very muscle that has that incredible pump. But what you do want to look out for is that you want to keep your form correctly. So guys, this was the workout of today. We did a couple of chest exercises, some classic exercises for sure, because that's what you want to do when you go into a lean bulk. Don't do all the crazy exercises that you don't know that will work. Stick to the basics, because those will always work. And if you simply don't gain any muscle from doing those basics, if you feel like, wait, I need to do these weird exercises to feel it in the muscles, you gotta simply videotape yourself and check your form, check your range of motion, and see if you're actually doing it right. Because a lot of people, even when doing the basics, aren't doing the exercises the correct way. So what I wanted to say also is I wanted to thank you guys for the amazing support during the Black Friday sale and the Cyber Monday sale. So the entire weekend there was 30% off on all tank tops and shirts, and my plans were in a discount and all the hoodies were in a discount, and there was a lot of response, and I just want to thank you for your golden support for that one. Anyway guys, new videos are coming very soon and consistently, and I want to thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay golden.